Hey, hey, Beep Baseball world, we are back. Neil D-A-W-G back with Bam Bam Bigga Bro back in the building with me. What up, Seth Doggy?
Wow, man, it's been so long. You've changed the introduction, man. I'm impressed. But nothing, man. Just chilling. Hey, man, we should change the name of the show now to the Beepball News. Beepball News. What do you think?
I mean, I don't like ever changing the name of it. I don't think any show should ever change its name. Like I knew at the very beginning that like the name was because of the blues of the pandemic, you know, but once it kept going, I figured, I mean, the name is the name, you know, so I don't want to change it. But you are correct. You are correct. Although we rarely like bust news out, you know what I mean?
No,
we're not the breaking news people. So
that's just
yeah, right. The only time we broke news was when Chris Jackson announced that Chad Perry is retiring, and he did that on accident. That wasn't even on purpose. So
man,
we're not the.
No, I was just trying. I was trying to keep it, you know, rhyming, stuff like that. You don't have to change like. Well, you'd have to change all the letters, but but you know,
I didn't even think about that. I wouldn't be the beat.
Yeah,
TBNS. No, I can't. That does sound more like a network though. TBNS.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
WWTBNS.
Yeah, Beepball News.
So for those of you that didn't recognize, you might have already, or those of you who could see the video, we got Mr. Number 7, Rod from the Indy Thunder with us. Mr. Rodriguez, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Neil?
Doing
Hey,
excellent. Doing
How you
excellent.
doing, Bam Bam?
I'm doing very well, sir.
Good to see y'all.
Glad to have you. I believe, at least for my time, you were on the big Christmas show, right? Or the
No, he went on that.
I was on the Jeopardy one.
Oh, Jeopardy! I was like, man,
Jeopardy,
I know I believe he was feeling good during Jeopardy, if I remember correctly. he was relaxed.
Oh, right,
like
he was having a little birthday party with his family.
Yeah, I remember
makes
that.
sense. I was thinking that was the Christmas show, but you're right. That
was Jeopardy. And your birthday's like October 7th or something?
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yep, that's it. October 7th.
So yeah, we did the show somewhere close around that, and he and Trajan are real close. Trajan's birthday is the 11th.
Oh, okay.
7-11.
But I've known for a while I wanted to get you back on by yourself, and I wanted to do it, you know, right like as the 2021 season started popping.
2021.
I know. It still feels
crazy,
weird saying
it?
that. It's almost like, in a way, like 2020 was like a dream, like a season of Dallas.
I did it.
Right.
I was thinking about it. I mean, this is you know, the first time since 2004 I haven't been getting ready for the World Series, man. You know,
Yeah, right.
This is my first, but it was made so much easier by the pandemic. You know, it just eased me into it, man. It's like, yeah, okay, I can do this. No big deal.
Real quick before we go full on with Eric, about the 2021 season, it's getting ready to kick off. There's going to be a tournament in Indy next weekend, and there's going to be a tournament in Chicago the following weekend. So our plan with the show, we won't be putting it up on Sunday nights those weeks. We are going to wait until Monday, and we'll get a couple people on with us and recap the tournaments, and the shows will be up on Monday nights for those 2 weeks. So just letting the audience know to look for that, but we will be covering and recapping really all the tournaments as it goes on over the summer, but over these next 2 weeks, that will be the plan.
So hold on, recapping and covering, could that also be called news? Beepball news.
Yeah. And
The
blues
Beepball news,
for like 7 of the 8 team. It's gonna be blues.
Exactly.
So I feel like I'm 7/8 accurate still.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's
So
true.
I'm
7,
voting.
8.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So thumbs down on the name change.
Right.
I don't even know.
Yes.
Did we talk about the name change before or after we started recording? 'Cause I think that.
I think it was before.
Yeah, that was before.
yeah,
so
no,
they don't even know what
No,
we're
it
talking
was
about.
not before. No,
I think it was
not
after,
before.
actually.
It was after.
All right.
Yeah, because y'all were going back and forth.
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
doing that
after.
before the show started.
Right.
I think we were recording. I think we were recording, but we hadn't started the show yet. I think only Frank heard that Seth has proposed that we change the name to the Beepball News Show. So,
I could be a moron, man, but I believe I brought that up on the actual show.
well,
yeah, I think I might. I think Bam Bam might be right. I think
all
that
right.
is.
Yeah,
I think we did. Well, no, when it's over, sure.
The proof will be in the tasting of the pudding.
I'll get a call from my mom.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, I always listen back before I send it to Frank to make sure I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'll know before I send it. But anyways, our audience got to live through it either way.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So Erod, we're going to talk a lot about the season upcoming and your own team. But I would like you to give our audience, even though this is actually your third appearance on the show, I'd like to give our audience who haven't heard your background, because I know when I heard it for the first time, I was surprised to hear it starts with the Chicago Comets.
Yeah, my first season. Well, I've been around beepball since 2008. I was with. I think my first World Series was Houston. It was hot. Oh my gosh! I think Bam Bam, you might remember that, dude. It was
I remember
toasty out there.
Oh yeah.
Whew,
2005,
was there.
Yeah, 05 and 08. Oh yeah, Seth remembers for reasons we can't even dive into in this episode. That would be its own show. We'll tell you
that
after.
was the parting of Neil and I's our beepball career.
Well, you make it sound like we partied. But Seth and I didn't part. We don't go down that road.
I'm just saying that was just the end of our our playing time.
That is true. That is the last tournament Seth and I played together.
Yes.
Oh wow! Okay.
Unfortunately for us. But the 05 and 08 tournaments were in Houston, and those were the hottest times of my entire life.
Man, I was so glad I didn't play. Looking back on it now.
And you were like what, 9 at that time? 8, 9?
8 or 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
I always say 98, 88. I'm sorry, 88. Austin was the hottest tournament I've ever been at. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Homeboy wasn't even born yet. We can't go that far.
I know, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts, man. But yeah.
So go ahead, Eric. Ignore us.
Yeah.
We're
just old men talking about old times.
Yeah, but I came into beepball around 08-ish, and then I didn't start playing until 2013, and I ended up going up to the Comets because there was a little controversy. I don't know what you want to call it, with me being able to play here in Indy. So I remember my mom had reached out to the Comets.
Because of age, or
you tell us all about it. If you tell us the
breaking
story,
news,
then we will know what to call it. Man. Here we are.
We'll just call it a disagreement.
All right.
We'll call it a disagreement.
All
People couldn't see eye to eye. You know, we don't need to get into all that.
Yeah, that's fair. But we'll stay with controversy then. We agree now.
But yeah, basically, long story short, we reached out to the Comets, to JT Herzog, who was the coach at the time for them. And he was like, all right, if you guys don't have anywhere to play, you guys come up here and check it out and see what you can do. And so we made a practice up there and started playing, and JT he saw something I didn't see or know I had, so he wanted us to come on, and this basically ended up playing that year. Went on to the Indy tournament. I remember playing my first game, actually got a few outs. It was it's pretty cool. And then Bolingbrook was pretty dope. We went in.
Let me jump in for just a second because you were saying we and us, and I for the audience.
Oh,
Because I remember I was surprised. I mean, it's not surprising that it would have been you and Tyler, but Corey White was part of that with you also, right? It was all three
yeah,
of you.
my bad. Yeah, no. So
Yeah,
that first year was Tyler, Corey, and me. We all came onto the comments, and
that's like
actually,
half the starting lineup for the Thunder's championship run started with the Comets. That trips me out when I think about it.
yeah, and it was actually I had another friend, Chris, who came on with us then too. He doesn't play anymore, but
Okay.
so basically we all ended up on the Comets. Played in the regionals. Ended up getting a defensive award in Bolingbrook, and then there was a St. Louis tournament that I ended up getting my first MVP in, which was really cool. I remember actually got Kalari to cry. It was pretty fun. And got Kalari to cry. It was pretty awesome. And then come World Series time, we ended up placing fifth that year. I always remember it was kind of crazy. My first game I ever started at the series was against Taiwan, and they had went on to win that year. I think I ended up getting at least a handful of putouts. It was pretty fun.
Were
And
When was that?
were you already playing
I should
shortstop
know.
at that point?
yeah, it's actually the thing about shortstop is I never actually wanted to play up front. I didn't like playing up there.
Right.
I remember JT's like, all right, we need two people to go in, and it came down to Chris and me, and Chris didn't want to play there, so I kind of just got thrown in that
Thrown into the
shortstop
fire.
pretty much, and kind of never left. That's just kind of where we ended up going, and
Oh, so
this was all in 2013, by the
Where's
way.
2013?
It
Where
was in
was 2013?
Columbus, Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
That was
Georgia.
another hot series. Whew.
Yeah,
It was more
I
humid.
wasn't there, but that sounded very hot.
It was humid. It felt like a dog was breathing on your face.
Yeah, no, that definitely was humid. And we had that big thunderstorm one day. That was nice. It rained. It poured. That was nice. Like it was crazy because it was so hot. Then all of a sudden it was nice. It was actually a livable space for about 2 hours. But that was about it. That was about it.
But yeah, so 2013, we ended up finishing fifth that year. I remember, and the season came to an end, and I remember we had debated what we were going to do the next year. We decided to stay on with the Comets, so we ended up being with them through 2014, and then it got to a point where it was just kind of getting too much money wise, traveling wise, and all that to go all the way up to Chicago for practices and stuff like that. And we wanted something a little more where we could do it every weekend and get more practice in. And so we ended up making that move to the Thunder in 2015, and that was the year that we kind of picked up Miguel Tello. That was when he started playing, and then Corey, Tyler, and I left the Comets, and so we kind of started with that new ragtag team.
Right.
And we even had a few players that people probably know. Toby Gregory plays.
Right.
I'm not. I actually don't know who he's playing for right now.
He's playing with the Extreme team.
Oh, is that who he's with this year?
Yeah, he's
okay,
gonna
cool.
be
But
with
yeah,
them.
Toby Gregory, and then John Boggs. We had just a ragtag is basically a bunch of young teenagers and a bunch of old guys. Honestly, that was kind of how it was. We had a little ragtag team, and so we ended up playing, and basically we finished eighth that year. That was the lowest I ever finished at the series, yeah. And went on to that following season, and then that was when the Thunder dynasty.
Aren't you so full of yourself? I think the lowest I finished was seventh, actually. Okay, and I played 30 years.
It's so funny.
All
What's so funny about that whole little exchange is my first thought was like, man, that sounds a lot like Seth in the end. And then the way he came out, like, oh, aren't you so good? Like, I was like, oh, I've been listening to this my whole life for this guy. Are you kidding me? So once it came out being sarcastic, I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, one impressive thing about Seth is that, like, I don't think he's ever finished lower than 7th on any team he's been with. But going back to when there used to be a championship and a consolation bracket, like he never ever played in the consolation bracket all the years he played.
Hey,
I wish I could say that. Eric and I can't even say that. We played in the consolation 2 years in a row. So that's an impressive run, because we're talking
that is honestly
30-some years to not finish lower than 7th. So, all right, back to you, Eric. We'll try to go 5 minutes without taking over.
And Eric, I've played on a dynasty too. So.
Oh yeah, see, we have more in common than we knew.
Man, you know, I'm like you, man. You're following my path without the MVPs and all those individual awards and all that greatness sort of stuff.
But yeah, you know, we ended up making that move to the Thunder in 15. Played that one season with Darnell Booker as our pitcher. That was an interesting time. You know, we got it done. But like I said, we fell short, finishing 8th. And basically, that was when Jared.
Where was Jared pitching at that point? I can't even.
Jared was with the Extreme. That was the last year that RHI.
Yeah. I forgot RHI was still together at that point. Okay. So
came on. Everyone came on. That was when we picked up like Zach, G, and basically the people we're rolling with now, most of our lineup.
Okay.
And it was kind of crazy because, I mean, I found myself, I was 16 when we won my first championship, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And like, it was what year was that? That was our 4th year playing. So it's like, we saw success pretty early in it. And it's been a really fun ride.
Did you understand at that time, like, how difficult the road really could be? Or did you, because of your youth or whatever, did you feel like this was easy?
Honestly, like, it really wasn't, it didn't hit me like what we had done until kind of on the way home. Because I started thinking about, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm 16, you know, Tyler's 15 at the time. You know, like, literally we had, I think the only adults were G and Zach, and then like Kyle and Adam. They were like our only like legal adult players. And it was it was like, wait a minute, that's crazy as crap.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I didn't really realize that we might have something special here until kind of that trip home when we had already won. I knew we had a good team going into that year. It was just kind of like, you know, you see it all come together, and it's different because like I didn't expect it. And like, even now, it's crazy to think. Like, I remember, I never would have thought I would have won a ring. I remember when I started playing beep ball, I was like, oh, I'm gonna suck. I thought I was gonna be terrible. And then the whole blindfold thing. But yeah, man, it's been awesome. I love this sport. I know we've got a good group of guys here, and I'm plan to play for a while.
You know, you just mentioned how you love the sport, and Seth and I have talked with guests a lot, but also shared a lot of our own just feeling of what the sport, and more specifically, like being at the tournament, has meant to us. Talk to the audience about that for yourself.
Oh man, I tell people this all the time. Like, when I try to get new people to come check out beep ball, I'm like, it's like you leave reality almost. It's like, it's so surreal. Like, I just have so much fun at trips. Like, you know, there's drama. I mean, there's drama anywhere you go.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, being at the fields, coming back to the hotel, like hanging out and meeting different people from across the country. It's awesome. It's honestly one of my favorite points in the year. Every year, I look forward to the World Series.
Doesn't hurt that you play so deep into them. You guys win. So good.
We don't get to hang much.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So like Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about that with other people before. It's like, you know, the tournament is really fun, but when you play till Friday or Saturday every year,
Right.
like, you don't, like, you know, you're having team meetings and getting yourself ready for the next day all the time. You're not part of the big group hangout.
That's one thing I love about our team is, like, we all, like, we're not kind of cut off. Like, we actually go out we're responsible.
Yeah,
But like we
go
all
ahead.
kind of get in the mix, and we actually a lot of the teams I think are cool with us. I think that's one reason why they're kind of like torn. They're like, damn, they're kicking our ass, but these guys aren't. These guys they're pretty good guys.
You know,
Well, I would hope you guys are responsible since you guys are like 12. I hope you guys are stuff like that.
No, we're all getting old now. Shoot, I'm 21. We're all getting old, man.
You're legal now. You're legal.
To what he just said though, because it tripped me out when I heard this. I never thought of it this way at all. But DB was on the show when in the early stages when it was just like on Facebook, and he was comparing. We were talking about like his article where he compared the Dogs dynasty to the Thunder's.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Hold on, stop. And you said DB, right? You're kind of breaking up at the.
Oh, okay, yeah, DB, Dave Benning.
DB. Right.
Yeah. So, and he pointed out just talking about our personalities. What was different was, like, the Thunder do that. Like he said, you'll find their players outside the hotel, like out in the lobby, just hanging out, talking to everybody, where the Dogs always kept to themselves. And I never, like, until that point, I mean, we did probably kind of keep to ourselves. I don't think it was like a purposeful thing. You know what I mean? We didn't like sit in a room like we ain't going out talking to nobody. We played poker together a lot. Like we just hung together a lot, and we did it in the room. I figured it was
probably you guys were just
and we weren't going out. I mean, we weren't going out. We weren't. I mean, and we did. I mean, back when
some of the things we like to do, we couldn't do in the bar.
Right. And but when they had like.
All I'm saying is,
when they had the hospitality rooms that actually had something in them, though, like games and stuff like that,
that's true.
There,
like whenever the darts were up, Seth would be there throwing darts. I remember playing. I played Jared at what was that game? Powerball, that tabletop game.
Yeah, Power Showdown.
I think Jared whooped me too. It was embarrassing. I lost to a sighted person. Yeah, it was embarrassing. And then my girlfriend Shauna stepped up and she beat me. I lost 2 games in a row to sighted people.
Just taking L's, man.
I've never played that game since. Not for Neil. Dang, we did it again. We just took over.
Y'all good.
But no, I liked hearing you say it. Cause something. So when you're talking about the tournament and like how like it's I don't remember the exact words you said. Like it's a different reality or whatever. And
yeah, it really is like you step away. Like it's. I always tell people, it's like, yeah, I'm going out here because I love to play the game, but this is really like a vacation. This is what I look forward to it every year, not just because I get to play baseball, but it really is just like a vacation every year, and it's a pretty good one.
Last year before the NBA did their playoff bubble, on one of the shows I was telling Seth that like in a way like that our World Series, we're like that bubble idea is like normal for us because we're all basically staying at the same hotels. We're like in this little bubble together for like 10 days.
That's kind of how it is, exactly.
And what Seth pointed out was it was just so profound to me, and it's so accurate. It's like that's when our bubble, when we could just be us and be normal. We're not out in that sided world anymore.
Right.
We're all in our world without the judgment, without the questions, without like all the stuff that people just don't understand we go through on a day-to-day basis. Family, friends, neighbors, strangers, all the just little things we all have to endure basically because it's not going to change. We don't deal with that week. That is when we are just ourselves, man.
Right.
It's funny you say that. I've thought that too. It's not, we all get used to it because, we walk into a room with a cane, you get looked at, you knock over a wet floor sign, people turn their head. That's just how it is. But, it really is like you kind of just don't have to worry about that for a week. And it's
for a week,
pretty nice.
No, we're not the different one. We're the normal one.
Right.
You know? Somebody
The side-
sighted that doesn't know people. They're the stranger.
Right,
They're
you
the
can
ones
tell,
getting made
too.
fun of.
Hey, what's crazy is if you see like a family or something, like sometimes you can see them kind of uncomfortable if they see like 10 blind people walk by. And they're like, wait, what the hell? Hold on.
Well, I
They look
told you
like, wait.
that one place in Iowa, we were there on Monday. We walked through the halls and they had put back all the flower pots and everything. I was like, yeah, they had taken everything away for us or whatever. But the idea, I mean, especially around sports, right? I mean, blind people don't get that same sort of just automatic acceptance when it comes to sports. So to be in a sports-based bubble where we can all be competitive, we can all, like I said, get into that hospitality suite and talk trash and talk old times and all that
Good
stuff.
time.
I mean, it's a unique experience for blind people as it relates to the rest of our lives. The rest of the
I've always also like kind of been a big believer that like, we have such a good game here and it's good that people can compete. But man, this is so much more than a game, I think, to most of us. It's like it helps a lot of people with confidence, Like this sport helped me personally. Like it kind of got me off of a path where I was kind of just not doing well at school, as a mad, depressed, angry blind dude. And it kind of made me realize like, oh, actually there are things I can do that I'm good at, so it helped me kind of get down my career path that I'm on right now, and it's just given me a much better headspace to be in
I
because of the
have
opportunities.
I have to applaud you for being able to say that at the age you're able to say it at. Because frankly, everything you just said is right. And Seth and I can say that now. We didn't have any part of it in our 20s. Anybody that came and talked about us, the whole league being a big family or whatever, we wanted to punch them in their face. No, we just wanted to get on the field and smear your face in the ground with a loss. And that literally was our only, and I know you feel that. But for you to be able to talk about what the game's giving you now instead of later looking back, I give you total credit for that maturity.
I mean, I'm in a weird spot because I've played since I was 13 years old. Like this will be my 9th beep ball season, I'm pretty sure.
Seth was 15 when he started. I was 19. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you guys
close enough. We could have grown up faster like you seem to be doing.
No, but
what's your vision problem?
So I've got Stickler syndrome. I got Stickler syndrome. It's a congenital disease I got from my dad, and it caused me to develop glaucoma. So for the people that can see my eyes, they're like that can't see my eyes. I mean, my eyes are kind of blue and kind of frosted over, and what that is that's my corneas clouding up, and like my vision actually hasn't changed on like on a cellular level. What's happening is like they're clouding over and it's making my vision super blurry. It's like trying to look through a dirty window, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so like
it's an outside sort of thing, right?
Well, that's what's really affecting it now. Like when I was younger, the glaucoma affected it, and I lost my right eye. So this one right here, and basically it hurt my left eye. So they put these things called tube shunts in my eye, which they help circulate the fluid and keep the pressures in there down. And most of the time, like they said that I haven't had any like cell damage. Like all of the vision loss that I've been experiencing basically since I was about 10 is because of that cornea. Like my eyes look like lightning blue. They're supposed to be brown. So it's like they're really clouded. That's actually one thing.
Lightning blue is a cool
it's actually sound, pretty badass.
I was like, man, my next artificial eyes might be lightning blue. That sounds cool.
It's actually pretty dope, but like my eyes literally have went from being creepy to wow, that's pretty. I've heard that like when I was like a younger, like a teenager, people would be like, because I have like this little bubble thing in my left eye that looks kind of weird, and now people are like, "Oh, your eyes are pretty. They're all kinds of colors and stuff." I'm like, "What?"
I'm guessing
Oh,
you've got to enjoy that more than creepy, though.
oh yeah, for sure. I think anybody would.
but it is interesting how it transformed or whatever that
Right. No, it's they're actually wanting me to look into a possible cornea transplant. I had went about a week or so ago, looking into that. So who knows? Maybe my eyes will be brown again. They're wanting me to do it. They were kind of telling me that within the next probably 3 to 4 years, I'll probably be seeing pretty bad if I don't. So I don't know. Let's see what comes with it. I mean,
That's it.
maybe I'll be
All
on
right.
Team Blindy. Who knows?
I'm sure that's like a heavy decision. So, man,
It is, man. It's definitely not a. You can't make a Google search on what should I do. So
yeah. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Yeah.
but yeah, no, that's the eyes. Besides, like they're pretty stable. It's just the calcifying, and if they can fix it, I might be able to see better again. And then y'all probably start calling me a cheater again. So
I haven't called you a cheater yet. Just for the record.
Only because he retired in 2009. only because he thought, I'm just
put me in a box. You don't know.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just joking. I don't think
nah.
I called you a cheater.
I'm just joking in. But yeah, no, that's I've got the Stickler syndrome and glaucoma. Long story short, I think I got sidetracked.
No, that's good though. No, that's right. That's what I'm always looking for. Interesting, right? Because it does affect your journey into the sport, right? I mean, if if you are if you're like me and you get shot at whatever 13 and you're playing beat ball, a year later, you kind of I think you kind of have a different entrance into it than if you had visual problems your entire life, and then it's like, oh man, look, I found this. I found beat ball.
Right. No, it was so like I've always been blind in the right eye, and then my left eye, I wasn't even considered legally blind. I was only visually impaired. I think it was like 20/80 or something around there.
Right.
And then my retina detached when I was about, I think 9. Somewhere it might even have been like 8. I can't remember. But yeah, it detached, and so then my vision shot down to like 20/400. So it was a pretty big jump, and it's kind of just been on the steady decline since then. And we're where we are with all the cornea stuff now. So we shall see. We'll see what happens.
Just commenting on Seth, just talking about the journey. That's what is so different about disabled sports in general. Like rarely does anyone grow up wanting to play beat ball or wanting to play wheelchair sports, or you know what I mean? Like it's something that leads us to that. Like that's one huge difference between disabled sports and other sports.
I got to stop. Hold on, I got to stop. The funny thing is, the people that it does affect like that are like the sighted children, the Jared Woodards, the Trajan Clarks, the kids who grow up, who they're like, man, I want to participate and stuff like that. I want to be a beatball player.
Yeah. It's funny you say Jared, because that's a perfect example. Jared is a perfect example.
Totally.
Jared and Trajan. Trajan loves beatball. He doesn't care if his dad stays retired. When Trajan's done playing football, he's going back to the World Series.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whether Seth and anybody he knows is there or not, he's going.
Well, as far as with the journey, honestly, I played baseball till I was about, even after my retina detached and they fixed it up, I played baseball till about the 9 or 10, something like that. And like, I wouldn't have found beat ball if my vision wouldn't have went, because I ended up going to the blind school, and then that was where we met Darnell Booker, and then everything kind of just fell into place after that. But like I would have never even came into the sport. I just happened to meet the right people, really, and things just kind of fell into fell into place.
Things get put in our
Yeah.
way as we need them in life sometimes, just magically.
Right.
The thing that something pops in front of you that offers you a fork in the road you never would have taken otherwise. So looking now at 2021 at you individually, so in the end, you've been a defensive all-star. You've been an offensive all-star. You've been dominating the game on both sides of the plate for a while. What goals do you have left, like on a personal level? You can't be as good as people like you and Erik Rodriguez are without like continued goals going forward. So what are your personal goals at this point?
I mean, this might sound funny, but like my personal goals every year are I want to always be able to play a certain type of ball better. Like for instance, I remember in 2016, I really started working on how to play pop-ups better
Hmm.
and getting out of the box better. Those were like my two big things that I wanted to work on that year.
Yeah.
It's like each year I always try to find like either maybe it's a line drive or something that I could get better at not reacting too fast to those. And like for instance, this year I want to be able to get my base time a little quicker, and I want to be able to direct the balls better. That's kind of what I'm going into. So like I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I just like to really work at the game and help my teammates. I actually can honestly say like the awards are just kind of a byproduct of that. I They're cool to get, and I know honestly, I think my mom gets more excited about them than I do.
Right. Right.
But I don't mean
No, I mean,
I don't know. I'm just a team player,
no,
honestly.
nobody should do it for the awards. It's a nice way of feeling like you accomplished something that you wanted to accomplish, but nobody, that shouldn't be like the aim or whatever. I love how you break down specific things to work on. I can't say that I've ever heard a beep baseball player talk about it like that. Like that's something you hear a lot in basketball. Like one year somebody's working on their free throws. Next year they're working on their outside shot. They're trying to improve their defense, their mid-range game. I've never heard a beep baseball player break it down like that. That was really cool to hear, like how you work on specific things.
And I mean, I just like doing it that way because I feel like I've always been a big believer in beat ball to like footwork and understanding your zones and defense especially, and being able to like know where you are in the field. I think that stuff's very important. And if you kind of get yourself familiar with being ready to read the ball off the bat, kind of be like, oh, okay, that's a pop up. This is what I need to do, or a line drive. I might be talking craziness to Bam Bam over there. Hear him giggling.
I don't know what he's laughing at. What's so funny?
But like I like to do well, and I have a blast when I'm out there playing defense. That's what I live for. Like even hitting wise, like a lot of people might not know this. I was god awful at hitting when I first started playing beat ball. Oh my goodness, like I was the ground ball king, and I was either
Oh,
hitting
that's the pitcher's fault.
grounders.
What do you say,
No.
Seth?
I said that's the pitcher's fault.
Oh, oh yeah, I forgot. Just blame it on the pitcher.
Seth is the one that nicknamed Greg Parr, our pitcher, ground ball Greg.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually heard about that dude's nickname. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, we were a little harsh. There's a reason people stopped playing with us over the years.
Oh,
Right.
And we kid because we love.
Yeah.
We kid because we care. That's what it is. We kid
Hey,
because we
I want to put this out there because I know Jared will hate it. It's so we have this song that like when Jared gets on his rolls that they came up with in 2017, and
Right.
Jared absolutely hates this song, so I want the world to know about it. And it goes, "Stay hot, Jared, stay hot," and he and then everyone claps. Jared absolutely hates that. So if you guys are ever watching our games, please start that chant. Please, I beg you. It'll make my day. I might mess around, miss a ball because I'm laughing. You don't even know.
You know what? I just got to say, I can't ever imagine myself chanting "Stay hot." Jared. I just don't think I'm going to see it.
I have to be fair. My first thought was, that's the kind of thing Seth would do, like sing a song like that. We're silly about the little stupid songs we'll sing forever. But I'm guessing we would change the words a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't even know what yet, but I'm sure we would make some alter a little change.
Oh, you're doing it. You need to do it just so Jared gets embarrassed. That was mainly the real reason.
No, we'll do it. I
Love you, Jared.
Actually, you know what? Last time I saw you guys play, I think I was cheering for you against the Jets. So,
man, speaking of the Jets, I'm looking forward to playing them this year. Looking forward.
I believe they're only going.
Man, you're gonna jump all over them, man. It's not even a competition, man. It's ridiculous, man. They should crown you guys champs already and save everybody the cash.
See, man.
That's right.
We still got to prove it.
That's a bold take. Bold take.
Now you're gonna get
bold
take for the day.
Now you're gonna get my dude David Smith hitting the angry button when I release the show. it's gonna be all on me, man. I got a message. This a long time ago, but
Bam gonna set it off. He's trying to stir the pot a little bit.
I'm saying, man.
After one of the shows a long time ago, I don't even remember which show it was. I get a text message from David Smith. He's like, "Man, you've got to give Bam Bam my number or give me his. I need to talk to him." I'm like,
figure some things out.
I'm like, dude, I don't even know what he said. He's like, oh, I'm playing, calm down. But
tell David Smith. You tell David Smith to come on the show and give me some evidence why he thinks his Jets are going to beat the Thunder. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just saying, I don't think.
I am interested to see the Jets this year, the Edge. I want to see how they're looking.
I want to see Jerry and the Atrix. That's what I want
to the Jets are only going to be at one of these two tournaments, right? They're going to the Indy or the Chicago tournament. I don't remember which one.
I think they're going to Chicago.
Okay, yeah, I knew they're only going to be at one of the two, but that's definitely a matchup that I'm looking at. Also, see, I don't really know where they're at because I know they've had some changes with their spotting. I don't know who's spotting for them now, so I'll be interested to see what group they show up with and what they do. So tell us about your 2021 Thunder before we let you get out of here, man. How you guys looking, shaping up as a team? Is Zach all healed up now? What's going on with you guys?
Yeah, we've been practicing. We actually had a really cool opportunity to go out and work with the Gateway Archers out in St. Louis, and then we went out to Atlanta to work with the Chaos, and that was really cool. Got to show those guys some beep ball. So we've kind of.
I saw a message from your mom on Facebook. She's like, on the way to Atlanta. I thought your mom was going out there to,
no, we was going out there.
I didn't know it was beep ball. I was like, go Lisa, but it's just more beep ball for the boys.
Right. No, we ended up going out there and doing that. But as far as the team, we're looking pretty good. We've been practicing lots of defense. We're fortunate enough to have some of these Fonzie balls to practice with.
Listening to the teams talk about it, sounds like you guys got all the fancy balls.
Right. I heard through the grapevine or whatever that I guess that's the ball we're using at the World Series potentially.
I don't even think that's a grapevine. I think that's.
Is that what's happening?
I think that's the plan at this point. I wasn't tuned into the last meeting, but I think that's their only one. Like, I don't know. There's not a lot of choices with balls right now. I don't think.
Right. I just wish the teams could get a chance to actually practice with them because it's definitely taken a few practices to get used to tracking that. It's different than tracking like the ones from Denver.
Right.
Oh, baby, it's not just joking. I'm joking. I love the Thunder. I'm just joking. I don't.
So with your squad,
it depends on who you play.
When you guys played the Edge, I listened to a lot of that stream, but I didn't have a feel for where you guys were playing on the field. But it seems like, because because I know Corian played up front with you last year a lot, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
seems like
So
he's staying up there. Is that right?
it's
Or
looking like our Ross. We're probably gonna run with me at short. It's still kind of up in the air, but Miguel or Corian at the short right. We're trying to figure that one out. Tyler and someone will be at the second levels at the wing spots, so like our left wing and right wing. And then it's looking like back deep, it's going to be maybe Kyle and Adam, depending, because Zach's potentially he's trying to make the Paralympic team for Go Ball, so we're not even fully sure if he's going to be able to play
oh
this year
wow,
or not.
okay.
So there's hope, guys. That's why I'm saying I'm ready to play the Jets.
Well, I enjoyed getting to know Corey on a little bit when you guys were on last year on the show, but following throughout the summer and the tournaments, I was impressed with how well he played up front, and I was glad to see him getting some love when people were projecting like the top players for this year or whatever. I was glad to see his name move up the list because I think he's earned it. He played really strong last year, I thought.
He's definitely becoming a good player. He's starting to come up in the world. He's working pretty hard. He's always asking, "How can I track this better? What can I do here?"
You
Big
guys,
thing
finally,
with
you guys finally gave him your special blindfolds, huh?
all right.
Your special
I mean,
Thunder blindfolds, man. You guys, I figured you would give that to everybody as soon as they came on the team, but it's
Yeah.
something you have to,
And all the Thunder gonna hit
earn
the
over
angry
time.
button.
You know, you have
We got
to earn
Lisa
that over
hitting the
time.
angry button now because of you.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Man.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
we even
Oh,
wore the
don't even get
MBBA
Tyler
patches.
started. Tyler gonna be yelling at us now on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
We even wore those patches you guys wanted us to put on. Still got it done.
Yeah. Tell it to the judge. I don't buy it.
All right.
I don't
All
buy
right.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it, man. I've seen these boys tracking balls that ain't even beeping anymore. 50 feet tracking them, man.
You've seen them with both your artificial eyes?
Both my eyes, man. I've seen it, man.
I mean,
but
just
I'm
because we
just saying.
make plays and not excuses, I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, I like that one. Man.
Well, man,
I do like that one.
all honesty, that's about as good a note as any to end on. I don't know that I have anything else, really. You got anything else you want to throw out about the team? Go.
Yeah, I mean,
21?
I'm excited to get playing. I know all the guys are, and I think everyone with us not having a very regular last season, I'm expecting
Yeah.
good play from everybody.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think all of us are going to be glad to get back out there.
For the most part, I've kind of just stopped talking about last season. Like as far as like
Right.
having to cancel the tournament, like it sucks, and I feel for you guys. Like I would have hated our dogs run being interrupted at all by nonsense. I know you guys got to play and you won all the games you play, but it's just
by nonsense since a worldwide pandemic.
Well, I mean, I didn't say that well or whatever. I took the pandemic serious, and I still do. I got my second dose of the vaccine just 2 days ago, so I mean,
take a shot at COVID-19. That's the commercial. That's the commercial they run. It's like, take your shot at COVID-19. I'm like, okay, all right. I got you, bro. I got you.
I did all right. Didn't have any reaction to it at all. I'm happy to say.
Yeah, right. Hey, I didn't either. I've been wondering if they gave me the placebo. Like, did I get a placebo? Because I didn't have any reaction, man. Come on now.
But in the end, what I was really trying to say is like having teams on. I don't really want going forward. I don't want to talk about how weird last year was anymore. You know what I mean? We got a tournament that's going to go this year. We got a World Series that's going to happen this year. We got tournaments happening all summer long, and that's all I really care about. I want to have a new show up every Sunday through the World Series, and just with new action about 2021 and just put,
No, I'm
put
with you,
last
man.
year
I'm ready
behind.
to just put it in the rear view,
like
boy.
the Beep News.
The Beep Ball
Hey, maybe
News
that could be
Show.
a spin-off show. That could be his spin-off show. He'll do the news. Him and
Seth,
DB can do it together.
Seth could do Seth and DP with the Beep Ball News.
Exactly. Right.
He can get him on there. This just in.
Well, dang, man. Appreciate you taking out the time to do this with us, Erod. I wanted to kick off you really get the season go with the top on my list, man.
Yeah, man. I was had fun doing it.
Always enjoy having
I enjoy coming on here. I like talking to the people.
Good luck. I wish you guys the best of luck. Unless you're playing the Heat.
Hey, it's all good. You'll be able to cheer for us at Indy, but then you won't like us when we get to Bolingbrook. So
yeah, right, exactly. All right.
Well, all right.
It's all good.
And
We
man,
got the ice to put the heat out.
not just to you guys, but I mean, I want you guys to have a good, healthy season, and I want all the teams to have a good, healthy season. Everybody's been held back enough. I want everybody to have every opportunity they can.
Best of luck to everybody. For
absolutely.
Real. I think I'm excited. I'm like I've been giddy. I'm like, oh damn, we play next weekend.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's exciting.
That's exciting, man. So good luck to you, E-Rod. Love you, dude, man. I enjoy talking to you every time, man. You're a good dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
All right, everybody. Like we said, we will be back with recaps of the tournaments coming up over the next few weeks. And the shows, again, won't be up until Monday night so that we can get everything in. So until then, everybody be safe, be well, be considerate, and we will catch you all next week. Good night, and Cindy.